Almost those allies that they made were feared. You know, their armies were bigger, their armies were stronger, their maneuvers were swifter. You know,
That's why I said iron teeth.
Yeah.
They use right, like
Iron
you said.
weapons, yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
Again, it says, read that again. So,
This is now Judas had heard of the fame of the Romans, that they were mighty and valiant men, and such as would lovingly accept all that joined themselves unto them.
now the scripture said diverse. Diverse meaning many. And when you deal with that, they was, you go ahead and read it some more. It's like,
Okay. It says, and make a league of amity with all that came unto them, and that they were men of great valor. It was told him also of their wars and noble acts which they had done among the Galatians, and how they had conquered them and brought them under tribute. It says, and what they had done in the country of Spain.
so the scripture, it's like the description in there says, it says they were diverse amongst all the kings,
beasts.
all the
That
beasts.
were before it. Yep.
The beast just represents the empires.
Yeah.
So when it says diverse, I looked it up. It says showing a great deal of variety, very different. So when you deal with those empires, they only dealt with themselves. As far as being one brute force, they didn't have any other people come into.
Allies.
Yeah, they didn't have allies that to fight amongst them. So that's why.
yeah, that's
the
why.
beast
Well,
was-
yeah, that's the same thing
Yeah.
America's doing now today. Going
Yeah,
back to
yeah.
Esau's history, America gets all these other nations to fight along the side with them.
Yeah.
But see, that's part of the reason why they took off the crowns.
Yeah.
When you
That's
go
why I
into,
said
they
we
took
keep
going,
Yeah.
right?
Keep
Well,
going. It's
well, you
verse
keep
14.
going. Yeah, you
It's
keep
verse
going.
14.
But that's why they took off the crowns and they set up different now. You
A
get
Senate.
the senates and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So you can
Caesars.
have. I forgot what the word's saying there, but it's basically allies. So you can have allies. Go ahead. Yeah,
Okay.
It says
Amity.
right.
Amity made a
Oh,
league.
no,
Which is friendship.
oh, what's good?
It says, I'll read verse 2 again. It says, that they were men of great valor. It was told him also of their wars and noble acts which they had done among the Galatians, and how they had conquered them and brought them under tribute, and what they had done in the country of Spain for the winning of the mines of the silver and gold which is there, and that by their policy and patience they had conquered all the place, though it were very far from them, and the kings also that came against them from the uttermost part of the earth, till they had discomfited them, and given them a great overthrow, so that the rest did give them tribute every year.
Where you at?
Verse 5. I just read 4. I'm on 5 now.
What,
Yeah, just to prove
what
that
chapter
the-
and verse?
First Maccabees 8, in chapter 8. I'm at verse 5 now.
You
Okay.
can jump to verse 14 if you just want to prove that.
Yeah,
point.
jump, because we ain't got to
14.
read all of that. Let's
Yeah.
just start hitting these points so we ain't got to drag everything all out.
Alright.
So just jump to verse 14.
Okay. This is verse 14. It says, yet for all this, none of them wore a crown,
See? Go ahead.
or was clothed in purple, to be magnified thereby.
This purple represents royalty.
Yeah, he was a king at that time. So they
Yeah.
threw the whole king mentality out and they set up themselves a senate.
Yeah.
But that goes into now how the beast and the EU and NATO is going to be formed now today, really.
This is moreover how they had made for themselves a senate house, wherein 320 men sat in council daily, consulting always for the people.
Yeah.
You can look up America's America's Senate seats, how many congressmen they have, etc. You can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but
That goes back to America.
for you to even get your HSE, you got to learn about their government.
Exactly.
That's right.
What they call that class?
Dishes.
Government.
They call it government now.
Government and politics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Government and politics.
And
yeah.
health. You do those two, you get an HSE.
Yeah.
This is verse 16. No, it's the more
15.
Yeah. It's a moreover how they had made for themselves a senate house, when 320 men sat in council daily,
Yep.
consulting always for the people,
Yep.
to the end they might be well ordered, and that they committed their
Salakia. And it also goes back when they was like passing out like the senates and stuff like that, like passing out laws and stuff like that. HR this,
Yeah.
HR that, same thing.
Basically.
They
same
showed that
thing.
in that movie too, because he had to put his stamp on all
Yep,
the
they
laws.
signet.
that was
Back then they had a
He wasn't
signet.
even reading this shit. He was just like, Caesar started wrong. Caesar started wrong. Caesar started, but that was actually people being executed and shit.
Oh, they showed Obama doing that. They showed him signing papers and shit. They just had him signing, flip it over.
Yeah,
sign the
and
next
they don't
page,
even
flip
read
it over,
it.
sign the
Which
next
that can
page.
actually be you being accused of espionage or treason against your empire.
Yeah.
He just signing the bills like
Yeah.
ain't even reading.
Because
it.
it's
Go
like
ahead,
what
go
they have the advisors. They have the advisors in the room. Then they have the chief general of the army in the room. They showed that on the movie The Butler. Every time it was a serious matter, it'd be the presidents and then their advisors. The advisors, the ones who give them all them ideas, and which is the advisors, is the Illuminati, the elites of
Yeah,
them
I was gonna
coming
say,
into the room, telling them, okay, you're gonna do it like this, you're gonna do this.
Yeah.
So all they gonna do, yes, and we have this paper for you.
And he just
We already
sings
went
it.
over it, okay, and then they take the pictures and then they film of them signing.
Shake hands.
Right, that's all going back to the elites of the world,
Like passing the bills.
you know. So go ahead,
Let's just finish it.
It's verse 16. It says, in that they committed their government
Mhm.
to one man every year.
Today's president, which
Yeah.
is the first slave.
It says, who ruled over all their country, and that all were obedient to that one,
Mhm.
and that there was neither envy nor emulation among them.
Talking about the Caesars.
They all got one agenda now,
Yeah,
not different heads.
that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
it.
so
Okay.
right, boom, we got that.
Right.
Now
So
can
then
go
we got
into-
two little books that we referenced back to show that the white man, two empires that he established
Can you
and
give me that damn
is
room
ruled
to
under
see?
us today is the same shit as the Edomites. This which we use this all the time. Classical biblical baby names. See anything on name. Page 72 with Esau, which I'm just gonna cut down to the point. And many children in time his descendants became a nation that rivaled Israel. So they always rivaled the 12 tribes of Israel. So according to the commentary of Hebrew scriptures, which we got to go back to the Bible, Esau is considered a significant, he done away with, significant character in world history and the forefather of the Roman Empire.
Yeah,
So
see
you
that?
can't get around that. You see, they got the devil ass white baby. What is above, what is below? Fuck that. And then this another one. Which is good. You gonna do all these in there. We just gonna do the one page. The other page got a lot more shit going to the rabbis and everything. I was just reading. I said, damn.
Okay, where do you want me to start from? Just the beginning?
Yeah, just the top.
Okay, this is the Roman Empire, the Empire of Edom, 1853, by what is his name? William Bestone. Okay, it says, unspeakable then must an astonishment be when we perceive that this grand secret was certainly discovered and disclosed more than 1200 years ago, that the true answer to the question whence came the Romans may have been returned and even registered in writing before the birth of Christ or Yahushai, that the response proceeded neither from Greek nor Roman, but from the despised Jew, that it had been perversed to us in the Jewish Targums. That it existed amidst the fables and impatience and apathies, the absurdities and the blasphemies of the Jewish Talmud, and that it may be comprehended in these 20 words. The Romans came from Esau, who is Edom, and in Italy is the Idumea, Rome, the Basra of the Hebrew prophets. So right there, it just told you. I'm gonna read it again, and that it may be comprehended in these 20 words. The Romans came from Esau, who is Edom, and Italy in the Idumea, Rome, the Basra, which the brother read Isaiah 63:1. Who is it that comes from Basra?
Right. So they know, that's why I said they know the scriptures is pertaining to them because they know who they is.
Exactly. Of the Hebrew prophet. It's about Isaiah.
Yeah.
It says the descendants of Esau say the Jewish rabbins, the sworn enemies of the descendants of Jacob. That goes all the way back to Genesis. We want to talk about the enmity between, even to the end of the world, we're at first a small nation inhabiting Mount Seir. That goes back to Obadiah. and the adjacent country contiguous to the land of Canaan. They were easily confined within their own limits. So long as the Israelites enjoyed a great and formidable empire in Canaan, but after that, the powerful republic of the 12 tribes had been destroyed by the Assyrians and Babylonians. Right, the Assyrians had took down Samaria, which was the 10 tribes, and the Babylonians, when the Jews, which is Benjamin, Levi, and Judah. They were wonderfully increased in numbers and in strength, extended their dominion in the west, subjugated Italy, found Rome and Roman Empire, and at the length entirely overturned the Jewish state. The second temple being destroyed by Titus Vespasian and
It's going. See, I just going down the line.
Yep. And professing the religion of Yahushua, which they were the first of all nations to embrace, they hold Jacob in captivity till Messiah, bun David, shall appear. The Rabbinians further assert that the prophecies of the prophets against Esau, Edom, and the cities of Edom have as yet received but a partial accomplishment, and that they will obtain their fulfillment in the punishment and destruction of Rome Christian. They designate the eternal city Imperious Rome. They denominate her empire the Imperious Kingdom, or Kingdom of impiety. What's that word? Impiety. And they believe the son of David will not come until the Imperious Kingdom shall have been extended over the whole world.
Which it has. So they know and they can measure and know that their time is up now. Because this is giving you the history that they know who they is, and they got to extend their empire over the world. Now Esau got the world, and he know it. So he know it's over. Yeah, that's it. And that's it for you.
That's which is birthright, and that goes all the way to history.
Yeah, we done.
Yep. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 3. And I saw one of his heads as if it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed.
Right. In the deadly wound is healed, that's talking about the Roman Empire. Now the Roman Empire started to formulate to come back, going back because they set up those. Yeah, they set up those allies to basically bring them back into power, so to speak. You know. But ultimately, it was Yahushua.
Right. Going down.
Yep.
The Black Plague.
That's what I was gonna get. Yep.
And so forth.
Revelation 20. Go ahead.
That's what he reading?
No, that's 13.
13?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It says, and all the world wondered after the beast.
Okay. I'm giving the history, which that's Esau, NATO, and the EU coming into power.
That's the beast.
And that's why everybody wondered. That's why India want to jump on board. That's why Moab and Ammon, China want to jump on board. That's why you got Ishmael, he want to jump on board. And what they want to do, they want to take American democracy and democratic republic and bring it into their empires and have that wealth. Because Moab and Ammon doing it right now. They're over there running, basically they got the monetary system set up like Esau. They got the political system set up. They came out they ancient garments and put on business suits with Nimrod penis on it. And they running their commerce and their whole empire. They even got Esau monuments and buildings, them skyscrapers over there now. And they building all kind of cities. And ain't nobody inhabiting them motherfuckers either.
Read, go, before you go to verse 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just talk about
Can I bring the scripture also?
Go ahead.
Nahum 3 and I'll start at 4. Nahum 3 and 4 says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcraft.
Right, which is for philosophies and they, how could I say it?
College systems.
Yeah, college system, because that's what actually recruit all the hierarchies of the kids, of the noble family kids, to indoctrinate them to Esau philosophy. That's why you even hear Gaddafi send his son over to the United States and learn the ways of America and then send him back. But they killed him and his son. Udi, I forgot his name.
Yeah, they just had one of them on.
Yeah, no, ain't that Saddam? Them Saddam sons, they killed them.
Yeah.
They just wiped them off.
They just had one of Gaddafi Sons on RT. He just put up like a little documentary
Oh,
of
for
like
real?
20, yeah, about 20 minutes. He basically just went in to the whole goal of basically what America did to him. How
Okay.
America was they framed. One day they
Okay.
got through signing like peace treaties and shit. Then the next day they wiped his house out, killed his dad, killed his other brother and shit. He just going into detail on what they was doing and shit.
Mm.
So
Go ahead.
Oh, that's it on there.
Oh,
That's it. Okay, go back to verse. Start from 13 and 1.
yeah, 'cause you have to break the whole thing down.
Yeah.
Because this now going into NATO and EU, how the nations
And
came
then
together.
get that Revelation 20.
I'm on.
yeah.
Revelation
13 1.
Oh, it's like Revelation chapter 13, verse 1. It says, "And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And his
Right.
horns,
And that's wrong. 70 heads, my bad. 10 horns is,
Yeah.
which
You know that by heart. I ain't got to read off the paper.
yeah,
Germanium Minor.
yep, Germanium Minor, Germanium Major, the Romans, the Greeks, France, and
Spain.
Britain and Spain. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yep.
Sweden and those rich.
But they all go.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
10 horns.
That's the-
Now
yeah.
it's 28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then like it's Spain, Portugal,
Yeah.
so on
But
and so forth.
it's finna go into that next.
Yep.
Y'all
It
gonna have to
says
explain that next.
it says and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard.
Right, so now it's giving that history.
Yep.
This is the whole. You read the scriptures, give you the history. Like, okay, we went from it began at the Greek Empire. It's gonna end with America. This is the history of Esau, right?
Yep.
Go ahead. The leopard is Esau. I mean, it's like the leopard is
Britain.
Alexander.
Greece.
Greece it's like
Yeah, Alexander. Kind of.
and his feet were as the feet of a bear.
Now, who was the bear? Who was the bear?
Russia.
Russia.
Yep.
Now, and Russia indicates the end. Because
what Russia doing now?
yeah, and when you go to the feet of the
The Nebu statue.
yeah, the Russia was at the end. That Russia was the bear, the feet.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And its mouth as the mouth of a lion.
Right.
That's great.
That's
Britain.
Britain.
That's great.
That's Britain, yes.
Yeah.
It's like it. It
That's
says,
like my shit in my book.
yeah. I get it. I just got the 2 bunch together. It says, and the dragon
Mm-hmm.
gave him his power
That's Roman
Yeah.
Empire.
and his seat and great authority.
Yep.
That's right.
But that's the leopard. That's talking about Alexander the Greek.
No, that's talking about the Roman Empire.
Roman Empire. Oh, okay, I was right there.
Yeah, the Roman
Roman
Empire.
system.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast.
Which that's
Right.
the Roman Empire going down.
Right.
Yeah.
And then coming back up.
Yeah, because the Roman Empire had went down by the way of Septimius Severus. So we're going to get that. We'll go into a little bit of that history. Revelation 20.
This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 1. It says, and I saw an angel come down from heaven having the key of the bottomless pit
Which that was Yahweh Shah.
and a great chain in his hand. And the bottomless pit is talking about Europe. The reason why it's a bottomless pit is because it's unfruitful. It doesn't yield any type of vegetation, any type of fruit. That's why they get everything imported.
Right. See, that's the reason why. What's his name?
Christopher Columbus.
No, the father.
Rodrigo.
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 Rodrigo. That's why they was from originally from Spain.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they was getting
Oak trees.
the oak trees and everything.
Colonization.
Yeah, everything from over
America,
here and bringing it back over there because that was a bottomless pit at the time. They didn't have no life force.
Yeah, that's why Jacob went back to they tried to fight for Jerusalem.
Yeah.
The Templars. Because they tried to go back to the Fertile Crescent.
Yeah, fertile. Yeah, as the white man called
And
it.
it goes back to that movie,
Yeah, we call it that.
The Kingdom of Heaven.
Okay.
Yeah,
And that was when they was getting into with them, like you said, a Knights Templar.
Mm-hmm.
Or Knights Templar, that derives from the Illuminati as well.
Mm-hmm.
The Masons, the Masonic.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, it
It
show
was
you.
wicked as hell back then. So
It show you that in that time frame that when you watch, even in the movie The Kingdom of Heaven, it show you that the blacksmith in the environment that we're in, it didn't. You kind of seen it wasn't no vegetation. It gave you that feel that It was kind of